All right, good evening, everyone. I will call this meeting to order. This is the Town of Rocky Hill Commission on Inclusion and Innovation. It is February 26, 2025. The time is 5:32 in Town Council chambers, and I call this meeting to order. We'll start off with a roll call.
Prem Nagabandi.
Tom Kosker.
Megan O'Brien McNamara.
William Kittle.
Thank you very much. Next on the agenda, appointments and resignations. We have none. We took care of most of those last month. Approval of minutes. You should have all received your minutes and via email from Autumn for January 29th meeting. I will entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
Motion to accept the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion, any edits, any comments? If you had a chance to read it, was there anything in there that was incorrect, or you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, with that, I'll take a vote. All in favor? Aye.
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 All opposed? And there's no abstentions because we were all here. Motion passes 4-0. Minutes accepted. Thank you, Autumn, for your diligence on getting those to us. Subcommittee reports. First, community conversations. I'll turn it over to Commissioner McNamara.
Community conversations, I don't think we had a meeting since our last meeting. So we don't have
That's a
any.
good question. We've corresponded a bit and done some work. Yeah, you can talk about some of the work we've
Correct.
been working on, I guess. We haven't actually had an official meeting, but
So
we've
no
done some
official
work.
meeting since we last met, but we do have a working document for our contacts and calendar in process, so we're managing that. We do have some conversations with various organizations within the town where we're connecting to integrate our work. That includes the Cora J. Belden Library and the Witness Stone Project, and then further the last meeting that we had where we had a presentation from Health and Human Services. We do anticipate working with them this year as well.
Yeah, the only other thing I'll add to that is if you do have any contacts for us, anyone on the commission, that can be added to this document. Right now, it's a work in progress, so we're just continuing to add community contacts, organizations, names, email, phone number, et cetera, so that we have this nice working document, the calendar, as well as a work in process. Yeah, we'll be getting that around to everyone as it kind of hits maybe a draft form, so I think probably in the next few weeks, we'll have a draft enough form of that of both documents that we can circulate it amongst the group, and just so we have that, with the goal of taking the calendar at the minimum and I'll say publishing it sort of thing. It's always going to be a working document. It's never going to be kind of a static document, but something that we can post on our website, we can share with other community members. So I think that
And begin to promote events and activities where people can get involved. We will have a committee meeting after, within the next couple weeks, so our commissioners should keep an eye out for some scheduling.
oh yeah, you don't have a
for
date on that yet?
that. No, we don't.
Okay.
We didn't set up the next one.
Okay, yeah, if we could do that in the next couple weeks, that'd be great. Because I think our next full meeting is March 26th, so yeah, between now
So we'll
and then.
minimally have one between now and then, if not two, just to make a little more progress and ensure we're connecting with our community partners.
Excellent, thank you. And some of that'll come up later in the conversation tonight.
Correct.
Anything to add on that, or questions, or?
I think we're good.
Cool.
Let's start that, and once we have a bit, then we can figure out. Did we get anything from the town in terms of, hosting this database on the town website or something?
We did not get anything on that. I know that's a discussion we've had with IT. I'm looking over at Dana / Autumn. I know we've talked to them briefly about how do we host and share documents between us.
Google Drive.
Google Drive. is
Google
good.
Drive, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as long as we're using our commission-specific emails, right, and share a document via that, then I think that's our process right now. Is that, I think that's accurate.
That was
Yes,
how
I think the
understood it.
FOIA
Yeah,
concern
yeah.
is just if we're in the document
Correct, correct.
working, like coinciding, working.
It just can't be us all working on the document and turning it into a discussion back and forth, right? You're adding things to it, you add something to it, I'm getting looks. Are we good?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're good. We're trying to
Okay.
figure something out very quickly, but
Okay,
we're talking, yeah.
okay, yeah, we'll make sure we're doing that all copacetic. I know, again, one of the issues is making sure that we're not in a document sharing ideas and things back and forth, because that's, becomes a meeting, and it's not that. This is intended to be a document that's sort of a document you can add a comment to, or add a name to, add a date to on a calendar. That's a kind of a static work,
And for
static
right
is
now,
what we're
it's
talking
just
about.
been emailed back and forth, which
Right.
isn't very efficient, makes
Right.
it difficult in terms
Right.
of managing the master.
So we're working that out with Dana and our peeps in town, so.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you for that, Prem, because that's something we were working on.
Awesome.
Anything else? Well,
No, thank you.
all right, data gathering is still non-existent because we don't have anyone on that committee, so that is still just kind of hanging there. Again, if anyone wants to jump in, let me know. Old business, so updates on some things that we started discussing last month. So I'll turn it over to Megan for the first item, which is Witness Stone Project.
Yeah. So last month, I gave an update on Witness Stone Project. So this is a new program that's coming in through the Rocky Hill Historic Organization, and also working with the public schools. Just very beginning, early process. We actually have a second meeting today, so after this commission meeting, we have another meeting. So I would anticipate having a more thorough update in our March meeting, based on what happens today.
Excellent, thank you, and everyone's welcome to join that. I think, did we share that amongst the whole commission? Yeah, we did, okay, so anyone's welcome to join those meetings. Megan's has been going to those on our behalf, representing the commission, but obviously anyone's welcome to join those meetings. Again, it's immediately following this, so we should be out of here pretty quick tonight, so it'll be 6 o'clock tonight via Zoom or something, I think.
Correct, there's
Yeah.
a Zoom link, and we were all, I believe all of us were emailed, but if you don't have the email and you'd like to attend, I can share that, pass it along.
All right, thank you. Health and Human Services, I'll give that update. So again, we all know we had Melissa Hicks, a director, present to us last month, and that was well received. Actually, it was interesting. You may have noticed that the Rare Reminder wrote an article in their paper about her presentation to this commission. So, so at least we know the Rare Reminder editor is watching these meetings and recordings. So anyway, and I think that was a great way for us to learn, which was the point of it, for us to learn what, they are all doing. We are continuing to kind of work together with her and figure out where those natural collaborations are between some of the projects that they have in place that make sense to collaborate with our commission. So that's kind of where we're at with that. Melissa's obviously very open and wants to work with us on that, so I think that's great. There's some natural fits there, and then there's some others that are maybe not so natural, so we're figuring that out. So to the extent that anything that you heard that night for any commissioner you're interested in, or have a specific interest in, strength in, please reach out to Megan or I or Melissa, and we can kind of make that connection and help that collaboration going along, because they do some great stuff over there. So to the extent we can elevate some of those things, again, they have some stuff around prevention, drug prevention, and drug use prevention. They have some stuff around disability awareness and disability inclusion. They're doing a lot of good stuff over there, as you saw last time. So please jump in and let us know.
Right, and we do anticipate having more dialogue on this at our committee meetings, so if you're able to join the committee meetings to help inform next steps with the work with Melissa's group, it would be great.
Subcommittee meeting?
The-
meetings?
Yeah, the committee,
the
that
committee,
community conversation subcommittee. Yeah,
Subcommittee.
yeah, subcommittee. Yeah. Anything else? Any questions on that, on Health and Human Services or thoughts?
Oh, that's good.
Good. Core J. Bowden Library, I'm gonna turn that over to Prem quick.
Absolutely.
Not a ton of updates, but at least tell us where we stand.
Yeah, we have been trying to connect with Mike at the library, and gladly I got a response back today. And we were going to meet up with Shannon McScooley. We need to schedule something with her.
Okay.
Once we have that scheduled, then we'll have the conversation about how we can connect and collaborate on
Cool.
some of the things that we've been thinking about.
Okay, cool.
So it's progress.
Yeah.
So let's give them they are proposing sometime next week. We'll see what time works for all of us.
Excellent, yeah, and if you could just let the whole group know, include us in on that chain as far as what time the meeting is, and if a couple of us can get on that phone call, great, if you can handle it from there. And then you can also invite them to one of our committee meetings, or as well as our next meeting in March to come, if it works out that way, to kind of present, and we can have a discussion
Sure.
on that as well.
Yeah, they wanted to have an initial conversation.
Initial,
kind of
perfect.
thing. And
No,
then
that's great.
we'll try to get some ideas from there, and probably they can come out to our meeting with
Perfect.
Melissa and share some thoughts.
Perfect, what was her name again?
Shannon Schooley.
Shannon, okay, I don't know Shannon, awesome. Thank you.
It's right off the news. It's just an hour ago.
Yeah, no, fresh off the press, perfect. Yeah, no, and again, I think the library's perfect fit for us and our commission work, because a lot of the stuff they do is very much around inclusion and stuff, so I think that's a natural fit for us as well. Anything, Dana? I see smiles, I assume it's just smiles of encouragement and enthusiasm, right?
Absolutely.
Excellent. All right, any questions for Prem on that?
I have none.
Okay. So hearing none on new business, so we have a couple new kind of groups that we're continuing to kind of outreach to and connect with. You can see the theme here for this year. So the first is Parks and Recreation. So I've been going back and forth with Craig at Parks and Rec, and there's definitely, again, some space there. We just haven't connected together via a phone call or anything more than a couple of emails. So that connection will hopefully happen, and I'm going to update you in my report about another project coming up that might also help facilitate that connection with Parks and Rec. But I think there's a lot of good, certainly they do a ton of stuff in our community, a ton of stuff, and very active. So I think it's, again, another kind of fit for us to promote some of the activities they do that speak to inclusion. So anyway, that's kind of where that's at. And if anyone has thoughts or knowledge on that, please speak up and jump in. Sustainable Rocky Hill, again, another one that we are working towards. The Sustainable Rocky Hill group has been going along in fits and starts, I'll say, and they're got some renewed energy recently. So we've connected with them and their new chair, I think it is, Haritha. And so we're hoping to kind of get that collaboration moving along. There's some natural fits there as well. Some of the Sustainable Rocky Hill, one of the things she was excited about is they do get credit, so to speak, for, again, the Sustainable Rocky Hill thing is they get different levels of recognition by the Sustainable CT, Sustainable Connecticut, and there's, and I probably have it wrong, but, you know, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, or something like that, different levels. And they get points for different things that contribute to that sustainability, and one of those is our unity statement, equity statement. So the fact that we got that adopted by town council is important for that work, and that they get credit for that. So that's just one of a number of things that they have going on. As a matter of fact, I had, what did I do with my email? I had an email from her that I was gonna highlight. I put it away. So a couple of things that they're working on, again, right now, their fits and starts are just getting rolling, is trash recycling and food waste collection. So educational to residents about that program in town. Also some stuff about CT rides, because CT rides is an important and very important thing for a lot of residents. So they're working on some stuff there. And it says also Sustainable CT offers equity coaching to communities, which was very interesting to me. So I'm looking forward to talking about that. And so communities, in applying an equity lens to their projects, right, to municipal work. So it's something that we have actually spoken with. One of our recommendations to town council when we talked to them was looking at doing that, right? Looking at the work town council, the town does, the departments, the commissions, and taking an equity lens when they look at those things. So lo and behold, here, Sustainable CT has some of those services available. So we will kind of be collaborating with them on a few things. So that's really all I have for an update there, but I think that's more to come, and that's gaining some momentum, I should say. Any thoughts or questions on that?
It's good. It's good
Alright.
that this
And the last one, I can't even read my notes here.
Rocky Hill High School.
Yeah, I got that. I was making sure I had my stuff on. So Rocky Hill High School. So Rocky Hill High School, we are connecting with. I've gone back and forth with Eileen Schneider, who's a art teacher at the high school and also organizes and runs the Holy event, which this year is on May 3rd. Details to follow, but it's probably the third or fourth year, I think, something like that, roughly, that it's been going on. A great event, right up our alley. So we're gonna sort of collaborate to some extent on that. So I'm reaching out to her. Maybe we'll get someone. We're talking about maybe getting a student or two to maybe our next meeting to present on it, to highlight what the event is. So we're gonna continue that kind of collaboration. There's also 2 other clubs at the high school that I have got names for faculty advisors. I have not connected with them yet, but one is the Pride Club and one is the Justice for All Club. So those are 2 high school clubs that very much align with the work we do. So we're looking to just connect with them and see where there might be room for collaboration. In addition to a thought we have is a way to kind of recruit maybe a young member of our high school community to become a member of the commission and work with us. So we had that in the past with Beck Markowitz, and it would be very useful to have that youth part of our group. So that's kind of where that's at. Again, a couple things in the works, sort of happening. Thoughts, questions, comments? I know it's something we discussed a little bit last time, so if you have thoughts and ideas, please, or contacts or know things, please.
Yeah, it's
Let me know.
definitely great to have that engagement from younger generations, which makes a huge difference in terms of what we want to do. And get an idea, get thoughts around, what their take on inclusion is, right?
Yeah, that's great. And again, the Holy event, I imagine a lot of those folks will be participating in the Holy event. And they were also part of a bunch of them were part of the Pride event. Last couple of years, the students at the high school were, and certainly the Justice for All group I know was part of the Juneteenth celebration and planning of that. So again, there's a lot of collaboration happening between us and those high school groups, hopefully, and certainly as well as the town groups that are running some of these other events. So that's all I have on those things.
Great.
Anything? Okay, good. My last thing, it's a lot of Tom talking tonight, I guess. I guess that's the theme of the night, is Tom talking, is my report. So I have a couple things I wanted to just report out on. The fact that on February 3rd, which was since our last full meeting, we did present our unity statement again to town council, which they had adopted last November. So this was more kind of a formality. And Mayor Murata kind of presented to us the statement and the framed thing that's down on the wall. It's hanging down in the community center. So she presented that to us, and we talked to them about, again, the statement, but also our commitments and our recommendations to town council. So we had a good conversation, I think, back and forth with them on some of the topics. They had some good thoughts and some good ideas. Some of which most of which we're already kind of doing, which is connecting to the schools. They kind of seconded that thought. One of the council members had that input. Again, spreading the word is important, and in whichever way we do that. They loved our ideas about the stakeholders and our calendar, et cetera. There were a couple other groups that got mentioned there that night. One is the Rocky Hill Education Foundation that we have yet to reach out to, and the other is Rocky Hill Greater Together, which is another group, I believe, that's funded through the Hartford Foundation for Giving, if I got that right. Did I get that right? For public
Yes.
giving or something like that. So, and they contribute to running some recent events here in town and over time. So, again, some other groups that we're looking to connect with. So, to the extent that anyone on the commission or anyone else has connections with, knows people in those groups, please let us know so that we can continue to make those connections. But it was a good conversation, I think, with the town council. They're very excited. We also kind of got I'll say soft commitment, but commitment nonetheless to kind of meet with them, present to them, meet with them, get on their agenda, sort of like quarterly is what we're thinking at this point. Two things: for us to give them updates on where we stand with our work, as well as to see where they stand with their work related to our recommendations. So that's what we'll be doing, is communicating with them, like, here are some things that we've recommended. And, you know, kind of where do those things stand, how are those initiatives going on your end, what can we do to support you in that, as well as just giving them updates on the work that we're doing. So they were interested in doing that, so I on behalf of the commission, I said we'd accept and that we would go and give them those updates. So once we get that on the calendar, we just did that in early February, so that would be March, April, May, roughly. So we just got to get on that calendar. Dana, thoughts? It looked like you had
I'd say
something to say.
second quarter.
Huh?
I think second quarter would be a good idea.
Right, so like May timeframe, right?
Correct.
So I got most of that right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. And so, yeah, any questions on that or thoughts?
I would add too that we also offered the commission as a sounding board. So if people on the council have questions or thoughts or things that they're looking to navigate and would like to hear from others, that our commission is open to, you know, working with the council, working through their questions and helping to navigate particularly sticky topics or, you know, anything that they have that they're working through around diversity, equity, or inclusion, particularly, you know, with the environment today.
All right, cool. And I will say this, I know with, again, just to that point, there's been conversation a lot in the public space around, you know, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and I'll say our community has committed to it, to keeping our Commission on Inclusion here and functioning and pushing these initiatives and supporting these initiatives. So I applaud the town council and the mayor for doing that, and I know other towns, even in Connecticut, are not doing so. So it's not a thing that's happening all across the state or the country, but we are continuing to get the support from our town on that, so I appreciate that. The last thing I have, if there are no more questions on that or comments, so the last thing I have, and then we'll be done in less than half an hour, which will make some folks happy, is a new thing we just heard about, we learned about through the town, called America 250, and it's a national, I don't know, group, movement, organization that is looking to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, and they're kind of pushing into states, into local communities to have, to kind of build local alliances, groups, working groups, committees, et cetera, to kind of promote this. I don't know the details of it yet, but we've been made aware of it. We were asked as a commission to become part of that with other departments and stuff in town, because again, it was sort of a natural fit with the Commission on Inclusion. So that's something that will be coming up. Right now it's in the early planning stages. It wouldn't be until 2026, the actual celebration, so to speak. So there's a lot of time to plan that and get that, you know, rolled out. But so if anyone has interest in being part of that from our commission, please, you know, let me know. So there's a lot of things like that going on. This is, again, just another example that I think these connections will help. Again, I think that'll also be other departments in town that'll help facilitate our connection with those, whether it's Health and Human Services, Library, Historic Society, and which one was I missing?
Parks and Recreation.
Parks and Recreation, right. So a number of those groups are also going to be part of this kind of working group on this America 250, so I think that'll help kind of just build that collaboration. Dana, do you have any additional information or thoughts?
Just as an FYI to the commissioners, in terms of time commitment, what we're looking at right now is perhaps once a month meeting so that we have momentum and then don't lose that momentum. We start now with the monthly meetings, a standing meeting once a month with the planning group. And again, you know, what is it, the saying, many hands make light work. So you already have the commitment from the directors for the Department of Recreation, Parks and Recreation, the library, and Rita Chhabra, you know, the amazing Rita Chhabra, very much involved, as well as Alondra Main, who is our economic development and business manager representative, someone who also helps to connect us with the business community. So we have a lot of good people already who are going to be involved. And in terms of time commitment, I wanted you to know that's what we're looking at right now, one monthly meeting.
Great.
Awesome, thank you. And I don't think, we haven't gotten to the point of setting dates that I've seen.
No, sir.
In the email exchange, okay.
Not at all.
So that'll, I imagine, coming in the coming weeks and.
Correct.
Time will happen. So again, if you're interested in any and all of the above, feel free to let me know, and we'll try to plug folks into the area of interest and the area of strength and knowledge base and skills. So that is all I have. Is there anything I missed? My esteemed vice chair? And
Is there any public comment?
there is, yeah. I'm just checking on my report, and then we'll get to public comment. Yeah.
So
good
we
point.
did, and I wanted to follow up on the Witness Stone project. We
Oh,
did
yeah.
invite Ed Ed Ciccarello to come
Yes.
speak with us next meeting. So we tentatively.
For the
have
March
him
meeting.
For our March meeting.
Right. Yeah, he was not able to tonight because they're meeting at the same time. So hopefully next month it's not the same time.
So he'll give,
our meeting.
he'll give a better, more thorough.
Description,
update, yeah, description of what the Witness Stone project is and
Awesome.
where that originated. Again, I gave an overview the last time, but Ed's really driving this for the town with the Historic Society.
Awesome, thank you. Am I good with that? So with that, yes, I will move to public comment. So this portion of the meeting is specifically set aside for comments from the public who are asked to limit their comments to 3 minutes. Any persons interested in providing public comment but cannot attend the meeting should email their written comments to commission.inclusion.innovation@rockyhillct.gov. No one's here. Did we get any communications via email? I'm getting a head shake, no. So with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second?
And the fancy gavel. Meeting adjourned at 5:59, less than a half an hour, 28 minutes, Will.